Hello everybody. Problems, difficulties, and challenges are an inherent part of each and every day. Not everyone has the same difficulties, but no one is immune to the trials and tribulations of life. The ability to confront and overcome your problems, difficulties, and challenges largely determines the pride in your past, the happiness in your present, and the legacy for your future. Problems faced can be varied and their impact substantial, with some challenges revolving around mental and physical disabilities, some related to family dynamics, and others associated with financial, political, and cultural differences. Money, alcohol, drugs, food, and gambling are some of the more conspicuous and well-documented challenges faced by some in society. Yet one of the more consequential challenges faced by many receives far less attention, and that is the ability to control our most destructive human emotions. Insecurity, self-interest, ego, and lack of self-esteem are particularly destructive emotions in the workplace. They can impede an employee's career, hinder an organization's performance, and most importantly, mortally damage a person's effectiveness and reputation. A person who is insecure, self-interested, egotistical, and lacks self-esteem can never, over the long term, create a conducive and positive working relationship with their subordinates and, as a result, rarely advance in their careers. For these reasons, the good person devotes extraordinary time and effort to control these most destructive human emotions within themselves and within their workplace. These destructive emotions are insecurity first. Insecurity is a lack of confidence, one who is unaware and even fearful of others. They're also unsure of themselves. An insecure person has difficulty forming and maintaining relationships, feeling confident in their abilities, trusting others, and obtaining a sense of security. In the workplace, insecure people rarely welcome input from others, seldom give credit to others who deserve it, and invariably believe others are positioning themselves for their job. They're threatened by others who are confident and competent, and they actively work to denigrate and at times dismiss the most valuable and valued employees, even at the cost of organizational performance. Insecurity is an especially injurious human emotion. For those who manage the professional aspirations and ambitions of others, to be insecure in yourself can have catastrophic impacts on others. Second is self-interest. A self-interested person places their interests and their ambitions and their happiness before any other person. They're selfish, thinking of themselves first and others far down the line. This attitude of self-interest, coupled with a challenging interpretation of morals and ethics, can lead some to make decisions and to take actions that benefit themselves in the short run, but harm others in the long term. Selfishness is viewed more in degrees than totality. At one end of the spectrum is selfish, at the other end is charitable. Few are entirely selfish people. Some are charitable towards their children, or close friends. Those who place themselves before others rarely develop positive, productive, and happy relationships. For a person with this disposition, it can be ruinous for those they work with. Few work hard for the sole benefit of others. It can also be ruinous for their own career. People are seldom rewarded when their group is divisive, unmotivated, and unproductive, and they play a large part of that group. Third is ego. Ego is the inflated image of and of their impression of themselves. A person's inability to control their ego leads them to believe they're both smarter and worth more than others. I'm right and you're not is an ego statement. You never know what you're talking about. Another one. There's few statements that reflect an egotistical, even egomaniacal person other than, I have to do everything myself, or you're just not worth what I'm worth. For those in management and other decision-making roles, an uncontrollable ego prevents them from believing others can make a contribution to the cause. Moreover, egotistical individuals believe they're always right and never make a mistake, an attitude that can be, again, catastrophic in the workplace. The skillful person knows they're not always right, and that realization leads them to gather all the facts, statistics, theories, and experiences to make the best possible decision given the wide array of influences. A good person controls their ego and controls and sees the worth in others. A good person recognizes they're not infallible and elicits the contributions of their subordinates and others, and understands they can make a valuable contribution to the workplace. To do otherwise is a terrible waste of talent and an appalling manner in which to treat others. Lastly, lack of self-esteem. Those who lack a genuine sense of self cannot think for themselves or follow their own path. This lack of self-esteem complicates their personal and professional decision-making abilities and ultimately prevents them from pursuing options or alternatives that are in the best interest of themselves and their organization. These lacking in self-esteem are paralyzed by fear. Fear of offending others, of taking a stand, of making a mistake. More than anything, they fear failure. Some believe failure showcases their faults and blunders, exposed to all so that they could be mocked and criticized. Yet success is rarely achieved without some failure along the road. Success is ultimately achieved by those who never waver and never falter, who never give in and never give up on that which is their destiny. For people, a strong sense of self-esteem and self-confidence is a critical component to galvanize subordinates to believe in the cause and to go down swinging to achieve the future that's within their grasp. People who have confidence in their abilities and skills, who trust in a team that they have assembled, and have a sincere belief that a lasting contribution to this cause can be achieved, are powerful inducements to try to make a difference with your time. We've learned that life is a series of triumphs and tragedies, from birth to death, from hiring to firing, from rich to poor. Those with the emotional fortitude to handle these two extremes are well positioned to lead a balanced, positive, and industrious life throughout the often tumultuous times. Likewise, emotional stability plays a critical and central role in organizational health, especially for those who serve in the managerial role. Controlling these most destructive emotions takes hard work and dedication, persistence, but it can be done. In fact, it must be done, or it can destroy even the most promising future. My best to you all.